Good, happy Tuesday morning. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast. Let's get started. First up, Lebanon woman accused of drunken driving with young child in car. Lebanon police were called to Renhan Meadows early Saturday morning after receiving a report of an intoxicated woman who had driven with a young child in the car. Police said Courtney Braley, 34, was intoxicated when they arrived around 12:45 a.m. She was taken into custody and charged with driving under the influence and endangering the welfare of a child. Braley was released on $2,000 personal recognition bail and is scheduled for arraignment on July 10th. Suspect in Chelsea standoff with police presumed dead. Let's take a listen to this video from WCVB Boston.
We have the power to make this the best generation of mankind in the history of the world.
JFK 100, a new exhibition of the JFK Presidential Library and Museum opens May 26th. Click here to learn more.
Did you count them? Perhaps as many as 10. Also breaking tonight. Shots fired. This is in a neighborhood in Chelsea.
A gunman taking aim right at police. News Center 5's Mary Saladna is live at the scene with the late information. Mary.
Yeah, and Maria and Ed, at this hour, the Chelsea police chief is telling residents in the area of Warren Ave to stay in place, shelter in your home, stay away from the windows. It is just too dangerous to evacuate residents, but this standoff with the gunman is hardly over. Take a look behind me. This is the command post, a very active police scene, big police presence at this hour. The actual scene of the shooting is beyond the tree line, down over the hill. I want to play for you the video shot by our veteran photographer, Stan Foreman. Within the hour, he was here on scene rolling when shots rang out.
Hey, get over here. Get over here. Come on. Get over here. You want to get hit?
Now, this started as a domestic call. Reports of a man on Warren Ave threatening to shoot his wife. Police responded. He opened fire. Neighbors tell me they heard more than a dozen shots. An officer was injured, but the police chief tells us that the officer will be okay. He suffered minor injuries. And now we have reports of a fire, possibly a garage fire near the standoff scene. It's not clear if the suspect started that fire, but clearly this is a very active, very dangerous scene still at this hour. Again, residents being told by the police chief to shelter in place, stay away from the windows. Shots could ring out again at any time, and this is still a very volatile situation.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Sorry about that. We're having a little technical difficulties with our computer mouse this morning. Man arrested along Main Turnpike after South Portland bank robbery. A man accused of robbing a credit union Monday morning was arrested along the Main Turnpike. Police said Caro Gaston, 28, of Oklahoma, robbed the County Federal Credit Union on Main Street around 11:30 a.m. Investigators believed Gaston was then dropped off at the Portland Transportation Center and entered a cab to head toward Boston. Police said they interrupted the taxi near mile marker 5 on the turnpike. They said Gaston was inside the cab with a large sum of cash. Investigators said the cab driver was unaware of the situation. They said witnesses at the bank and transportation center helped them track down the suspect. Gaston, whose most recent address is in New Jersey, was arrested on charges of robbery, theft, and criminal threatening. He was taken to Cumberland County Jail and held on $50,000 bail, police said. White House 2018 budget proposal out, and it slashes the social safety network. The White House is seeking a slash federal spending by $3.6 trillion over the next decade through steep cuts across most agencies and tough new restrictions on aimed to pour a dramatic rethinking of the role of government in the American economy. Manchester explosion, deaths, injuries reported at Ariana Grande concert. Let's take a listen to this video from ABC News.
This summer,
we haven't hung in 5 years. This weekend is about us.
Every good girl has a bad side.
That's hand sanitizer.
It burns.
Put this on.
This is a mosquito net.
Then maybe you'll catch something.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you guys, you have to see this thing.
Okay.
Girls Trip. Rated R.
Just a horrific scene playing out in Manchester, England. An explosion at an Ariana Grande concert at the Manchester Arena. These are the images coming in at this hour. Authorities have confirmed multiple fatalities and many injured. Police had tweeted they were responding to reports of an explosion early on. Concertgoers racing to get out after fans reported a loud noise, and then the lights went on. ABC's chief foreign correspondent Terry Moran leads us off tonight.
Panic at the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester tonight. Just as the show is ending, about 10:45 p.m., the lights go on and people flee towards the exits after a huge explosion rocked the arena.
Just take your time and keep exiting the building.
On this dashcam video taken nearby, look to the left, you see the flash and hear the bang. The driver instantly fears the worst.
No.
An eyewitness described the moment.
As I was waiting, an explosion went off and it threw me through the first set of doors. When I got up and looked round, there was about 30 people scattered everywhere. Some of them looked dead, might have been unconscious, but there was a lot of fatalities.
The scene outside the arena, a mass exodus. People shaken and confused, some helping the injured, others simply holding on to each other.
There's a lot of children were there without parents. There was no one to calm them down, so everybody was just screaming and crying and pushing.
People running at the nearby train station. Manchester Arena officials later saying in a tweet that the incident took place outside the venue in a public space. Bomb disposal units were later seen outside the arena. The Manchester Arena is one of Britain's main concert and sports venues, just north of downtown Manchester, the UK's second largest city. And Manchester police responded quickly and massively, shutting down streets and subways, urging people to stay away from the arena.
Lots of response vans and police were all over the place.
Ambulances swarmed the scene, and so far, 19 people have been confirmed dead, with around 50 others injured. Tonight, the FBI says that they are aware of the incident and the Department of Homeland Security is actively monitoring the situation. Tonight, representatives for Ariana Grande are saying the singer is okay and made it out of that arena safely. Manchester police are saying they're treating this incident as a possible terrorist incident, although as of right now, there's been no claim of responsibility.
That does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday. See you back here later on today. Goodbye, everyone.